Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Utiraye. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, pranams to all of you. Hare Krishna. So, just we will speak a very short aspect of one shloka. There is a famous shloka which says, Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purno Shuddho Nitya Mukto Abhinnatvam Nama Namino. There is a shloka like this which says, Nama Chintamani Krishna. Krishna's holy name is Chintamani stone. And Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. Krishna, his personal deity, is also very effulgent and full of rasa. Purno, complete, Shuddha, pure. Abhinnatvam Nama Namino. There is no difference between Krishna and his holy name. So, in short, the shloka says, Krishna is Chintamani. Chintamani is, in heaven, there are two special things. One is Kalpavriksha tree, another one is Chintamani stone. You touch that stone and you ask anything you want. You say, I need a milkshake. Ting, you will get a milkshake. Whatever you ask. Chintamani stone is so powerful. So Devas used to ask for longer life. I want, I have to live for one full yuga. I have to be Chiranjeevi. Chintamani stone is like that. You ask anything, you will get. So Krishna is Chintamani. Whatever is going on in your consciousness while you chant the holy name, definitely that is going to happen. Whatever you ask, even simple things. I want to buy a new car and keep chanting, definitely it will happen. Anything, even simple things. Akama, Sarvakama, Mokshakama. Whether you are asking for liberation or you are having all kinds of desires in this world, worldly desires, or if you have zero desire, no desire also, everything will be answered. So this is explained through a very special Leela in 10th canto of Bhagavatam. Exactly, Krishna finished 10 years of age. His age, he completed 10 years. Only after that Krishna went to school. That was very good. Nowadays we push children at the age of 2, 2.5, Sometimes we teach them ABCD when they are in mother's womb itself. So, Krishna went to school only after 10. So, at the age of 10, when he exactly completed 10, Akrura came and took Krishna to Mathura. Kamsa wanted to kill Krishna. That is the situation. And Krishna is walking inside the wrestling arena, wrestling stadium, which specially Kamsa has got. It is called Rangabhumi. It is a very special, in those days kings and all used to have, and they will enjoy seeing wrestlers fighting. So Kamsa had one special, wrestling ground. It's called Rangabhumi. And Krishna is entering with Balaram. Saharamena Keshava. Rama and Keshava, Balaram and Krishna, both of them are walking inside the arena. Each of them are carrying a huge elephant tusk. Just a moment ahead, they went and killed an elephant, Kuvalaya Pida. They killed an elephant, both of them. And Krishna is carrying a tusk on his shoulder. Balaram is carrying another tusk on his shoulder. And blood is dripping with the flesh of that mammoth animal. So when he entered the arena, yogis who have been meditating on Krishna for many, many years, the yogis saw Paramatma is coming inside that wrestling arena. Then elderly Gopas and Gopis, elderly people, they saw how cruel Kamsa is. He wanted to kill these infant children. So tender, handsome looking boys. Look at them. How do you feel like killing? Why Kamsa is so cruel? And they're naturally feeling parental affection. Like a father, like a mother, a genuine love. Then Krishna's young friends, small, tiny friends, all his boyfriends, they're thinking, our hero is coming, because they have seen enough. Krishna killing Putana, Krishna killing Agasura the snake, Krishna throwing that Bakasura crane up in the sky, throwing donkeys on top of palm tree. They have seen enough. So they are very confident. Krishna will kill all of them, yeah, no problem. So they are feeling like their hero is coming. So they are singing, Kanaya ki jai, Dauji ki jai, Kanaya ki, Kanaya is Krishna, little one. Kanaya means little one. Dauji means elder one. So Dauji ki jai, Balram ki jai, they are singing, they are so confident. And the young gopis, who are very young, out of so much of love, intense love for Krishna, they started blushing. The color of their face changed. They turned pink. They're trying to hide behind a pillar and screen and behind the elders and trying to see Krishna through the tip of their eyes. And Kamsa saw Krishna and Balram walking in. Kamsa saw them like Yamaraj coming inside. Kamsa, when he saw Krishna, he felt Yamaraj is walking towards him. So, you see in this place, different people saw Krishna entirely in different way. Kamsa saw as Yamaraj, he got death. Boyfriend saw as a hero, Krishna always remained as a hero. Elderly Gopas and Gopis saw Krishna as their son, Krishna became their Balagopal. And the young Gopis saw Krishna as their lover, Krishna became their lover. And the boyfriend saw them as Krishna as a hero, Krishna remained as a hero. Arjuna approached Krishna and he wanted to win the battle. He won the battle. Devaki prayed, Krishna, you should take birth as my son. Krishna took birth as Devaki's son. And next moment he left her. Yashoda prayed, Krishna, I want to enjoy your Balya Leela. Krishna remained exactly for 10 years and 11th year he left. He satisfies every single prayer. Sometimes Krishna satisfies controversial prayers also. Here you see Arjuna's prayer is answered, Devaki's prayer is answered, Yashoda's prayer is answered, Gopis are answered, Gopas are answered, Kamsa is answered. Even Kamsa was answered. Everybody got answers. Now there are controversial prayers. And you see how Krishna sanctions controversial prayers. In the Leela of Mahabali, Vamana walked inside. When Vamana came, Mahabali's daughter felt so much love. She prayed, I should have a son like this. Look at him, this boy, glowing like gold, so handsome. So naturally, like a mother, I want to have a baby like this. Who prayed? Mahabali's daughter. And Krishna said, Tatastu, let it be. Then, when Vamana put his foot on Mahabali's head, immediately the daughter thought, Chah, what kind of boy is this person? If I get a son like him, I will feed him poison and kill him. And Krishna said, Tathastu, let it be. So now you see controversial prayers. First she wants Krishna as a son. And second she thinks, if I get a son, I will kill him by feeding poison. Exactly, Krishna answered this controversial prayer also. That lady, daughter of Mahabali, came as Putana. She appeared as Putana. By giving milk to Krishna, she became mother. As she desired, she fed poison also with milk. Krishna drank that poison also. But instead of something happening to Krishna, Putana died. Not only that, after that Putana went to Vaikunta, Goloka, and became mother of Krishna. Even controversial prayers are also answered. So Krishna is Chintamani, stone. Whatever you ask. Sometimes people ask very, very silly, simple desire people have. Like your children, they go to exam. And suddenly they forget something in the exam. Immediately, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And suddenly they'll get it. They will remember. And in that way their faith will develop. So everyone and whatever you ask for. And definitely that's why intelligent devotees, they don't ask anything. Because if you don't ask anything, you will get everything. If you ask something, you will get only that particular thing. So some devotees, Hare Krishna devotees, are very smart. They don't ask anything. So they get everything in that world. Right? So Krishna loves his devotees so much. And anyone who sincerely, constantly chanting Krishna's name, they will definitely get everything in this world. And there are umpteen number of stories. Sudama did not wanted money. He didn't want to ask money. But somewhere at the back of his consciousness, he was thinking, my children are at poverty. My wife is struggling without money. Our children are like beggars. So he felt very bad. And Krishna understood him and supplied him. And there was a lady. She was a normal fruit seller, in Vrindavan. So she was carrying fruits, like, normally in our village and all people, they sing, they scream the names of the fruits, mango, jackfruit, kela lelo, they will be screaming like that, So this lady, instead of telling the names of the fruits, she was singing, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. She was singing the names of Krishna. In those days, some people will take a vow. This full month, I will not speak anything, Mauna Vrata. And if I am forced to speak something, I will answer through the names of Govinda. Prabhuji, have you taken food? Govinda, Govinda. Prabhuji, have you taken bath? Govinda, Govinda. They will answer only by the holy name. And some people take this kind of vrata also. So this lady, instead of screaming the names of the fruits, she was selling Govinda, Damodara, Madhava. And Krishna heard. And Krishna was just few-year-old baby boy. And in those days they had bartering system, exchanging system. And Krishna saw this lady. So immediately he went and grabbed a handful of grain in his palm. And 3-year-old, 4-year-old, chubby boys, how they walk. In nursery they have this rhyme. Chubby cheek, dimple chin, rosy lips, copied from 10th canto of Bhagavatam. The same song is there in Bhagavatam. How bluish Krishna is, how fat Krishna is, how he walks, everything is there. So this baby boy carrying a handful of grain and tat like he walked, and he came and opened his arm in front of that fruit vendor. Only 2 grains were there. All fell off on the way. But that lady, out of so much of love for this boy, she kept on piling fruits. Krishna couldn't hold. one top of another one, another was like, she couldn't hold so much of fruits. And Krishna smilingly went back. And this lady was carrying the empty basket. And when she was carrying the empty basket, gradually the basket is becoming heavier and heavier and heavier. And she was wondering, how could empty basket be so heavy? She put that basket down and saw it was full of jewels. Ruby, coral, emerald, sapphire, pearl, diamonds. Imagine if you were there, what you will do. Thank you, Krishna. I know I deserve this. Krishna is very happy with me. He blessed me. We will take that basket home. But what this lady did, she took that basket and she sang, she prayed, Krishna, are you valuing my devotion? This is a strange thing in this world. How do we calculate somebody's love? Somebody comes and gives a gift on birthday. We get something on the birthday. What we will do first, we will turn upside down and look for the price tag, how much it is. And we will decide, okay, this person's love is 55 rupees, 75 paise. Even when father gives his share to his children, father would have worked 40 years, 50 years hard work and give share to his children. One day the siblings will fight. I know father gave you more and he gave me less. One day they will fight. Material world, the love is termed, it is scaled, it is measured with money. So this lady thought, Krishna, are you valuing, measuring my love? And if this is what you are paying me for my devotion, I don't want. She took that basket and threw it in Yamuna, and nobody saw her after that. She happily sang Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. That is why Prabhupada said, there is no loss in Krishna consciousness. You ask anything. If we are not pure devotees, chalo, no problem. Even if we have all worldly desires, Krishna will sanction one by one, one by one. So we are in a wonderful place. We are in a palace made of Chintamani. Whatever is there, the deep down, somewhere hiding the desires, even that will be sanctioned by Krishna's blessings. So we are very happy that you are part of this organization, attending regular satsang with Siddha Gaurang Prabhu. It is an amazing thing you are doing, and you will realize this value after a few years, how valuable it is. When I took up Krishna consciousness, my father was very upset, very angry. He was very angry. He never talks to me. Then after 20 years, all my brothers got married. He became old. My mother passed away. Then anything that happens in life, he couldn't share with anybody else. He couldn't share with his brothers or with sons. He used to call me every now and then, every third day, once in a week and all. And I will patiently listen to him. So he went around to relatives and said, thank God my son became like this. He realized the value, because everyone in this world is busy. They didn't have time to listen to him. He didn't appreciate my Krishna consciousness or bhakti or anything. But he appreciated how this personality had changed. Bhakti is a wholesome plan. If you practice nicely, your family will be fine. Your economical situation will be very good. Relatives will be... Krishna will take care of everything. And if at all there is some problem, it is his responsibility to make it right. So there is a beautiful line which says, you pray and if Krishna sanctions, that means you are blessed. You pray, but it's getting delayed, that means Krishna is testing you. You pray, and if that is not happening at all, that means Krishna is telling, this is not good for you, I have something better. So simple life is. Till this point, we were taking responsibility. By the time you become a devotee, Krishna takes responsibility. He knows everything. He knows everything inside out. So we are doing a wonderful thing. Be happy and strongly keep continuing this, and definitely you will realize the value, and Krishna is going to bless you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.